From URL Media, I'm Mitra Khalida.
And I'm Sarah Lomax, and this is Twice as Good. Today, we're discussing the unfolding crisis in Haiti with the founder of the Haitian Times, Gary Pierre. Gary founded the newsroom 25 years ago and has kept an unflinching eye on Haitian politics, culture, and the diaspora. The Haitian Times is one of 32 independent newsrooms we support here at URL Media. Gary, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Sarah and Mitra.
Absolutely. So I just want to kick it off, Gary, with a question about how are you doing with, the emotional and mental toll that this crisis in Haiti must be taking on you and, your family and the people that you're close to, given your deep connection with Haiti.
Well, I think the emotion that I've been feeling, during moments of grief, you go through all these steps of emotions and feelings. But the one that I'm having now is anger. I'm angry because this was foretold for the last, 25 years. I've been writing about this, that we have to really turn the page, do things differently. And so people refused. They thought that the game as they had set it up was fine and was working. Well, yeah, it was working until it wasn't. And now we continue to soldier on and tell the truth, keep writing about things. If you go back, look at my columns the last couple of years, basically I've been saying we're heading in this direction. We need to stop. And no one listens because they know it all.
Gary, I've been seeing you on CNN, NPR, a number of mainstream news outlets. What is it over the last few weeks that has caused this mainstream attention in the crisis in Haiti?
So I think what has happened in the last few weeks that got the mainstream media's attention is the fact that the prime minister basically was forced to out of the country. He couldn't return because when he left to broker the deal, to finalize the deal with Kenya to send the police officers to Haiti to help stabilize the country, he was unable to return because the gangs had overran the airport, controlled parts of the airport at some point. And then I guess, change of government is a big news peg for mainstream media, and they just went all in on it. I think.
I'm curious, Gary, what is life like in Haiti right now? What do you have family there? When was the last time you were there? Like, the day-to-day existence like for Haitians?
Well, it's pure hell. I have one niece and her two sons who live there. One day, a couple of weeks ago, she called me and she said, "Look, Uncle, I've been running for like months now. I'm go from place to places and just shooting." She sent me WhatsApp video audios with you could hear the gunshots, just like as if you were in a war zone. She left that place, then she went another place. Same thing. And I told her, "What do you want? Do you need money?" She said, "There's nothing I can do with money because I can go out to get any food." And this is kind of funny because this is the first time you ask a Haitian person if you need money, and they said no, because people always want money. And she said, "It's not going to do anything right now because I can't." And she said, one day maybe my phone will ring. It won't be me. It'll be my son because I'm dead. And it bothered me. It bothers me because I'm like, okay, so I know all these people, and my niece is living under these conditions, and it's unfortunate. This is the reality of people who they've done nothing. These people didn't do anything. They did absolutely nothing. Just being, they are caught up in a extremely hellish situation, and it pains me. This is the other emotion that a lot of anger, a lot of just anxiety in terms of watching this and being in the middle of it and reporting it very clinically, and it's tough because people are dealing in a very bad situation. I mean, you just can't imagine. When I look at the photos of staff members file, It's just you want to cry because the country is a beautiful country. I tell people that all the time. It is absolutely beautiful. But watching those photos, it looks like something out of a war zone.
We keep hearing about these gangs that are overrunning the government or overtaking society. I wanted to see if you could give us more context and understanding of like who exactly are these gangs and how are they allowed to or able to run so authoritatively across the country. That's one. And then the second is the flip side of that, like what does Haitian liberation, what does Haitian peace and productivity look like, and what is the pathway to get there?
Wow. And you say, how long do we have? No, seriously, these are great questions, but I'll try to be as concise as possible. If you look at the gangs as they're constituted now in Haiti, I would say they started in earnest in 2000. Oh no, I would say 1995, 6, when Jean-Bertrand Aristide, who was deposed by the military, Haitian military, in cahoots with the elite, got booted to the United States, spent a couple of years here. When he came back, he felt that if he had his own protectors, he wouldn't have had this coup. So he
Mhm.
disbanded the army and he took street toughs because kids from the rough neighborhoods, and he created neighborhood associations, if you will, that morphed into gangs. And the idea was always, and he armed them. He helped arm them. So they began as tools of the political class and the business class. Like whenever there's some problem, then they'll hire these guys to go sow some trouble, burn down businesses of their opponents or rivals.
Mm.
And then what has happened now, what we're seeing now, they decided, okay, I have the guns. I could do the act. Why do I need a middleman? Why do I need excuse me, why do I need a pimp? Basically, because they don't need to work for them. They work for themselves. So now nobody has control over them and they have the guns. And so they're running rampant. But the reason, there's a lot to say, but one thing, the gangs were created by Haitian society. The inequality in Haiti forced these gangs, and because they had no options. You
Mm.
were raised, it's a caste system. I've written about this. You were raised, your surname is this is what you end up doing. You were born in a certain family, there's nothing for you. You know, I joke a lot about my name when people say Gary Pierre. I said, no, it's Pierre Pierre. And in many ways, in Haiti, that's very important because that surname, Pierre Pierre, is not Pierre. And it means something in Haitian society. And so, but that's wrong. The way it is in Haiti, how there's nothing for you to do. It's not like in other countries, everyone has their own social strata. I'm not that naive not to think that. But in Haiti's case, it is insidious in a way that there's no mobility unless you go to grift and corruption. And
Mm.
that's not the way you run a country, a society. And so so what does Haitian society looks like ideally? What that look like? I mean, I have my point of view. I think we Haitian Americans and Canadians have a big major role to play in it. We need to stop being purveyors of remittances, try to be investors in the country and
Mm.
find partners. Now, before that can happen, this is where we need the help of the United States, help provide the environment, help reinforce the rule of law, and then let us come and help. We're not. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be quick. But I see this as a 25 to 50-year program
Mm.
before you can have a just society. The country is not poor. The distribution of wealth is poor. We love Haiti, but Haiti just doesn't love us back because those people who control Haiti, the gangsters. We talk about gangs in the streets, but the politicians, they're the biggest gangsters, illegal gangsters. They call themselves legal bandits.
This is a question for you. Is it the worst that it's ever been now, or
Yes, ever.
it
Oh,
seems
wow.
like
In
it's
my
the
life.
worst?
In my lifetime, absolutely.
Is there help coming from some countries in Africa for like peacekeeping? Or I know
Well,
that that was in the mix.
well, I was not too enamored with that plan. Let me
Mm.
tell you why. You need to support the Haitian police. Let them take the fight to the gangs. Support them so they can win. Because what you do when you come out of that, you have a population. They become heroes in the story. You need heroes, and they could be that hero. When you bring the foreigners, and it's always foreigners who did it. And so then
Mm.
what happens next? You have to build the morale, the capacity of the police force to deal. And they can right away. They can, if given the proper arms. You know, Haiti is under arms embargo while the arms and ammunition are flowing to the country and ended up in the hands of the gangs. We just reported that
Where are those guns coming from that are getting to the
Miami,
gang?
you know, DeSantis wants to patrol the waters for boat people, for refugees. You need to patrol those boats who are leaving Miami going to Haiti because that's where they're coming from.
Mm. Who in Miami is incentivized to arm the gangs and the warlords in Haiti?
Some Haitian Americans who
Mm.
support the gangs because they see the gangs as some sort of Robin Hood.
For people who aren't familiar, just tell us how we got here, and then maybe we could get to where we're at right now that's getting you a lot of national news attention, which we'll get to in a moment as well.
Well, to be quite honest, we have to start at 1804 when maybe January 3rd, 1804. It was 2 days after Haiti's independence. This was not supposed to be a country. It was supposed to be made into a pariah state by the United States and France, which ruled Haiti with the most brutal form of slavery imaginable. Not as if slavery was something nice to begin with, but the one in Haiti was particularly harsh. The reason for that is that Haiti was wealthy. It was rich, not all sort of crops, cotton, tobacco, and you just go on and on. It had it in abundance, and France wanted to get as much out of it as possible, as
Mm.
quickly. And so the Haitians rebelled, and France was a superpower of the time, and they made sure that, along with the United States, which had slavery not too far from its borders, this was a menace to society, to white world, and Haiti had to be made into a lesson, and it is, and we're still undergoing that. So what has happened? Haiti, after independence, was isolated. The United States didn't recognize it as a country until 1865, after the Civil War. It had no trading partners. Its only trading partner was supposed to be Great Britain. Then America and Great Britain, they coalesced around the danger that faced America, and Great Britain said, you know what, you're right. Because the relationship with those two countries, France and England, they were at war with each other. And there were a lot of proxy wars. So that's why when the US was fighting for its independence, France came to the rescue. So Britain came to our rescue during our fight for independence, fighting against the French. We thought the idea is that Great Britain was going to be our European and world partner so the country could develop. Well, that never happened. And so the country never got a head start. There was a lot of infighting. It was total isolation. Haiti missed the Industrial Revolution. It was under world embargo. And so we never really learned how to govern ourselves, to be quite honest, because it was from one crisis after another. It continues to today. And so at this point, why don't we just press the reset button and start anew? Let's
Mm.
make this January 1st, 1804, and get it
Mm.
right.
I
Wow.
think one of the things that you didn't touch on was kind of really the bankrupting of Haiti, because Haiti had to actually pay France back for, I guess, the cost of the revolution and the costs that they incurred, and it really bankrupted the country, and it's never been able to even economically kind of get a reset, because imagine you have to pay your enslavers back because you throw off the shackles of slavery. I mean, that is about as twisted and as, diabolical as it comes. So can you talk a little bit about the reparations that really I think should come from France?
Well, I won't hold my breath waiting for that reparation, but I mean, it is one of the biggest heists that's ever taken place. After independence, as you mentioned, Sarah, Haiti had to pay the equivalent of billions of dollars today to France, and it really bankrupted the economy. It never really, like I said earlier, never really got a chance to be a country because it had no resource, no financing, and it was because France. I think it was by design. They just wanted to make these black people pay dearly for having the temerity of calling themselves and then being free. And so you were going to pay for it come hell or high water. And today you see American officials, policymakers trying to act as if they don't understand what's going on. They know very well what's going on. Citibank was another company that was involved. It robbed Haiti blind, along with France. In fact, the Eiffel Tower, the Versailles Palace were all built with Haiti money. The New York Times traced all of that. They spoke and interviewed people, heirs of these families who are still alive today. And none of them knew absolutely nothing about this. Haitian history is not taught in French schools. They don't know anything. The French don't know anything about what they did to Haiti. And so that's really where we need to start educating French people about what their government did to a country that, one president, former president called, whole country. And so if you loot a place and you starve them, and what do you think is going to happen? And in many ways, Haiti is held up as a example of Black people can't rule themselves. Okay, well, that's not true. Why is it that when the Haitians leave Haiti, they do well, but in Haiti they can't because the system is set up? And also, it's not just the international community, because they couldn't do it by themselves. They allied themselves with
Oh, that's such a good
crooked
line.
politicians and really gangster business people. And so it's a free for all. There are no rules that are followed in Haiti. Anything goes. And it works because it's chaos, because in chaos theory, this is how a lot of people make money in that system. You have the whole poverty, the USAID aid network that that needs places like Haiti so they can function. And so Haiti just provides that, that aid, which doesn't develop a country.
Yeah. Gary, I wanted to pivot to the journalism the Haitian Times has been doing. I think you're among the members of our network where the journalism, sometimes committed by outlets outside of the country, is closest to truth that we're going to get, right? Because of the conditions on the ground. Tell us how you're reporting on the crisis, what some of your methods are, and then very importantly, how can we all support the work of the Haitian Times?
We've become sort of like the place where people said, well, if there's a story that's being shared on WhatsApp, some people will say, wait a minute, let's wait until we hear what the Haitian Times has to say on this. So basically, we've been pushing back against a lot of misinformation. As you know, in a situation like that, there's a lot of misinformation and disinformation that's prevailing, and we are sort of like a gate keeper against that. Support. It's think about a small outlet covering a war, and where everyone on the staff is affected. Even if you're not in Haiti, those of us in the U.S., we have families. That story that I just told you is not unique to me or to the staff. And so there's a lot. And as much as we try and we maintain objectivity or whatever journalistic standards, it takes a personal toll on us. And so we really want to make sure that this is an important story. It's not just because it affects us personally. I think, you, and as you see, the mainstream media has its interests at moments, of course, but for us, it's a story that we tell. We were the Haitian Times. We were found to tell the story of Haiti and Haitians, and so we got to tell that story. We got to tell it not only in Haiti but here.
I think we got to summarize, Gary, but I've said this to you personally for years. I think in terms of post-colonial narratives and covering the way the world is, there's no better than the Haitian Times. I am so humbled that an outlet like you exists in our network. I mean, you really embody, I think, a commitment to your people. And then your sense of humor also pervades the positivity with which you're writing about Haitian excellence and all sorts of achievements in the US. And it's really hard to balance that. So I just really, my hat's off to you for that, walking
Well,
kind of
thank
that.
you also for your support. You guys have been moral support, financial support, social support, professional support, and that means a lot because I've been in this fight for, like I said, 25 years, and this is the first time I see that I have allies with me. I know I'm not alone,
You are
and
not
so this feels really good. It's a bad moment, but um, we have more support now because it's always been, well, we've always dealt with bad things, unfortunately, as we've
alone.
discussed during this lengthy conversation. And so now, like the Liverpool soccer,
Yeah.
I'm not walking alone.